Hey Stamp friends, welcome to the Joy of Stamping with Rachel. I'm Rachel Coon, and today I'm making my last card, part of my Christmas card club series that have been doing over the past 4 months. Today we'll be making this amazing card using some designer series paper plus the Merriest trees bundle. Let me show you this one a little bit. We're using this giant image here, along with the Wish You a Merry Christmas. And then I'm using the Hoping your home is filled with the spirit of the season for the inside. However you want to stamp it, it's up to you. Those are the items I use though for this one. I'm loving these dies. There are so many. So I use this one. If you don't have the die, you can just fussy cut out your tree, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. But these dies are super fun because they have lots of different layers of trees for the presents. This cool looking tree base. And then also if you wanted to die cut lights for it, there's a fun tag in this one even. So this one is just all around great bundle, and it is retiring soon. So be sure to grab this one before it is gone. And let's show you this card a little bit more. So we have that beautiful tree right there that we've stamped and die cut out or fussy cut. We have some fun ribbon that's behind. I have the stylish shaped circle that has the stitching along the edge of there. And then also we have the inside some carry on of that designer series paper with the stamped image there. All right, let me get everything out. And I want to make sure I said that paper right. So this is the Shining Christmas designer series paper. If you are watching this and you're just a Stampin' friend and not a club member, don't worry. I'll have clubs to join in the coming year during celebration. That starts in January. If you do want to order the products that you've seen in the videos today, use the Hostess Code for December, and I will send you some extra happy mail. All right. Those are also all in the links below. So you're like, I didn't see that. Hold on. Don't worry. I have you covered. You just check it out there. All right, so for this, in your kit, you will get a Mossy Meadow card base. Then you will get a piece of designer series paper, and it's going to be cut 4 by 5 1/4, and then you're going to cut the rest with just 3 cuts, I want to say, to make these 4 pieces. And then you'll get a piece of basic white to do your stamping of your tree, and some basic white to stamp your cute little tree, what is it called? Tree trunk. There we go. With your DSP cuts, you'll get another piece that will look like this size, and you'll just need to cut it down in half. So it'll be 3/4 for this one because that's the inside piece. And you'll get some ribbon. You'll get either this amazing gold and vanilla ribbon or this real red ribbon here at 9 inches. You'll have your basic white that's been die cut for that circle, and then you'll get some white as well for the inside. All right, we'll set those aside for just a minute, and let's go ahead and do our stamping first. So some of my stamping I've already done. So I went ahead and I stamped the tree trunk with this early espresso. You can either do one of two things with this. You can either fussy cut this out and by stamp all 12 on your piece of paper and then cut them all out, or there is a die. I feel like this one actually might be faster just to fussy cut. Usually I'm all about the die cutting, especially when it's like a specialty shape that I'm like, I can't cut that nicely. Let's say like the star, that one is definitely a fussy cut, no, definitely a die cut for that star. But this one was super easy for me just to go ahead and cut that out. So set that aside. And like I said, you'll get a strip of basic white, and you'll just stamp all 12 of them on that one. And then you'll need to stamp the tree. So you can see how this one didn't come off very well, but you'll get 2 pieces. Well, you'll get enough basic white to make your trees, and you'll have 2 trees per piece of basic white. And then you can either fussy cut or die cut. Let me show you the die cut one. Die cut like there, or fussy cut. And for the fussy cut, what we're doing though, because this one has an extra base on it, we're just going to use the top 4 of our tree. So this is the cool thing about this tree, is that it's adjustable for size. We didn't need that giant tree. Let me show you the stamp itself. So this tree is a lot larger than the tree that I have right here, because we are taking away that bottom part of the branches. And I use soft sea foam was my color of my tree there. But if you don't have that ink, my tip to you is just stamp it in the Mossy Meadow, stamp it off, and then stamp it onto your basic white. And that will give you a lighter shade of that green. So to fussy cut, you'll just grab your paper snips and go cut off that bottom part that we don't need to make it the size that we want. And go around like so. This one, if you have the dies, I recommend using, I think for the sake of time, this one will actually save you time in that one. So you'll just keep on going, and through the magic of film, it'll come and look like that. Once you get to this point, we do need to do some stamping on the inside. So let me grab my foam mat and my basic white for the inside. And we're going to use our Mossy Meadow. There's our ink there. Open that up. Set that aside. So there's a cute, cute greeting that says, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." That's in a Christmas tree shape. So it looks like that. And you can see how it kind of comes down in a triangle shape. That's made purposely so it will fit on our tree. All right, inking that up nicely. We're coming over to our tree here and just line it up where you think it will fit. I go to the bottom of that first part of the tree to about mid to the bottom here. Okay, super cute and easy. And then while we have that out, let's grab our greeting for the inside, which says, "Hoping your home is filled with the spirit of the season." Sorry, I couldn't see that very well. When we ink it up, it'll look better. And go top center up on your basic white. Press down and lift up. That looks great too. All right, while we're here, for this design series paper, I will have a choice, either use the X's or stitches, I'm gonna say, for this one, or glue down our candy canes. I did the stitches for the other one, so I think I'm gonna try this awesome candy canes for this one. Since we already have it out, we'll go ahead and do that now. And this was cut from that piece that was the 4 1/4. We made it, cut it into 2 pieces, so you'll get 2 for your cards here. And in your kit, let me show you all the paper you're going to receive, so that you're like, wait, I thought I'm going to get just the candy canes. Nope, you're going to get assortment. So let me show you those real quick, and you'll get 2 of each. Okay, so your paper will come with these little strips here. You'll cut those in half. That's for the inside bottom that we just did. And you can, like I said, you can flip them over and see which side you want. There's more of a red base side and then a shiny side that has the Mossy Meadow on it. And then for these ones, you'll get 2 of each. That will come in this beautiful paper. Now, like I said, it has that shiny side on one side. I'm loving all the holly here. And then we're going to flip it over and you'll see the other side, which has that red base there. Super, super cute. I made sure to cut it so that way your ornaments won't be going the wrong direction. So if you're making these at home, just be mindful of that with like this type of paper, that you're not cutting it so they're going that way. All right, now that we've talked about cutting, let's go ahead and grab our paper trimmer out. Let me show you the cuts we need to make, which are really, really easy. Okay, my paper trimmer. Here's the dark one, is for cutting. And let me grab my paper that I wrote down those measurements because I thought I had it nearby. And of course it's walked away. Oh, here we go. All right, so this is, like I said, a 4 by 5 1/4. We put it in our paper trimmer and you do 1 cut first, which will be the 1 1/2. Slide it over to the 1, scoot it to the 1 1/2, and do your first cut. Okay, next we need to do cut number 2, which will be 1 3/4. So turn this one, line it up to the 1 3/4, cut, and do that the same thing to this guy over here. 1 3/4. So 3 cuts to get those 4 pieces, and let's show you how to build them. And it doesn't matter which way you start. You could have done the vertical first or horizontal first. Okay. Let's grab our card base back in, and so we can see how this is going to be placed. And I'm going to show you the flip-flop version of this. So this one I have the larger image on the left. I'm going to show you how to do it on the right in this video, just so you can see that you can change it up. All right, so here's my large piece here, the biggest rectangle. I'm going to match that, see I have these, with the largest of this guy, but I'm going to flip them. My largest mini rectangle. We'll flip them and have them go this direction instead. Okay, flip this guy, so now it's the opposite. So they're going at diagonal. And then we're going to keep this guy here. And it almost looks like a present, which is really fun because it's a tree with a present behind it. Kind of look there. And if you didn't want to do any flipping, if you're like, well, I just like the candy canes, you could totally keep it like that, and it'll still create that fun looking spacing between your pieces here. So that's another option. I'm going to flip them back though, and we'll get ready to glue them on with our liquid glue. Just pick one to start with. Doesn't matter which one. I like to start in the bottom left corner because I feel like I could see what kind of border I want on the top and the bottom. And then this is going to be my guide for the rest of them. So I'm giving myself about 1/8 of an inch for my border there. Liquid glue on the back of this guy. And I'm going to start to set this one down, and then I'm going to pull it down just a little bit so I'm also creating that border. The top to bottom border. Awesome. And it doesn't have to be perfect. The spacing where it all comes together is going to be covered up by that big basic white circle. This is from the Stylish Shapes, and so we won't even see if this is matching right here or that the lines have perfectly met. But we do want to make sure we're creating those borders and having these ones go in line. Okay, looking really nice. I'm loving it, loving it. Next, let's grab our Christmas tree back in and our basic white circle. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Still Plus, and I'm going to do just a little strip in the middle, not at the top, not at the bottom, for our ribbon gathering. Okay, about that big. You can go a little bit more if you want. The tree is going to cover this, and the ribbon's going to cover this. So I don't want it up too high because I don't want glue coming down. So I could have gone probably a little bit more. And then we're going to place our ribbon. In yours, you'll get 2 different ribbons. Mostly you'll get the real red, but I wanted to throw in some gold just in case you want to step it up just a little bit. So let me go ahead and show you how to do it with this one then. So you could do a practice run beforehand. If you're like, well, how do I place this? It's just really tricky without having that adhesive there. But basically what we're going to do is go from one side to the next, creating kind of like a zigzag or an S. And we're going to have it fold over so we can see those ends here. We want those ends to be seen behind the tree. And then have a little bit of the ends showing on the top and the bottom. Kind of like that. Let me do a little trimming. See that this side's fraying a little bit, so I'm going to just clean that up a little bit. Feel free to do that with your ribbon as well. Okay, so I'm going to start this guy right here at this top, right there, and press it down. Then I'm going to fold them over. So I'm creating a kind of like a loop, and I can do a press down there. Another loop is coming down the line. And I'm not going to press this one down until I feel like I can see where it's going pretty well here. And then I'll do a press down there. All right, kind of like a Superman S we got going on there. Also real red will work awesome as well. Then we're going to grab our tree, and we need to attach that cute little tree trunk first. I'm going to do a little bit of liquid glue. And if you look at it, there's a pointy side and there's a flat inside. I'm going to go ahead and put it so that the flat inside is on the bottom, and that's what we're going to see. And just go down so just enough is showing. If you're questioning it, flip it over so you can see it. And then I say, oh, that looks pretty good. And we'll flip it back over. Since we used liquid glue, I could pull it down more or push it up more when I was doing that blindly there. All right, grab your dimensionals. We want at least one on the top. We want at least one on the side and one kind of in the middle. You can go crazy and put more. It does help it keep that secure. So if you want to make sure that is laying down nicer, that's definitely an option there as well. Flip this one over and we're gonna stick it so that our tree trunk's there, and we're gonna have some of our trees gonna be coming off. So the top and our corners are coming off of this circle, and that's what we want. That's totally fine. Oh, he's looking so cute. Okay, then we have our star, which I like to use a glue dot for, but you can use whatever you want. You can even use a mini dimensional and have it more on the top of it. I'm using a glue dot to stick this on by sticking it to the dot, pressing down, and then I can peel it right off. See my glue dots there on the back. See if I can, you can tell because it's sticking to me, but it's hard to see. Okay, this has been die cut out of like this distressed gold, which is just really, really pretty. And I like to use it sparingly because it is just so gorgeous. Look at that there. It's a different kind of shimmer. It's not like the usual like glitter. It's more of like a foil leaf golding look to it. So it's really fun. All right, we're almost done. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and cover the center up. We're going to use liquid glue. If you want to use dimensionals, you could. Since we already used dimensionals on the tree and I want to send this in the mail, I'm not going too crazy with my dimensionals. So some liquid glue there in the middle. We're going to cover up that middle where all the DSP meet and stick it right about like so. Oh, it's looking so good. In your kit, you'll have either the real red rhinestones, and you can use that on here, or you might have some basic rhinestones as well. I'm going to show you what it looks like with the basic rhinestones so you can see the difference. And we're just using the small ones. I'm using my paper snips. I'm going to take these off carefully. I'm going to place one on the top up here by the tree, and I'm going to place two more on the left side between the ribbon. One going lower and one going a little bit higher there. All right, grab our bone folder, which always has legs. So let's see if I can find mine. There he is. He's underneath the stamp set. And crease that so it's gonna lay nicer. And then in the inside, we need to go ahead and add our amazing stamped and DSP on the bottom for this card. So I purposely changed up some of the things on here so you can see that you have so many choices when it comes to this kit and this paper. You don't have to do exactly what I did, and in fact you can even mix match your DSP that you get. Like if you want this one to be with the presents instead, you can just swap out those after you cut them all up. So lots of choices. Let me go ahead and show you the finished look for this one though. Oh my goodness. You'll have to let me know which one you like better. If you like more of the gold ribbon or that real red ribbon, and if you like the candy canes inside, or if you are with the stitch look there. Both of them are really, really fun. I hope you guys have learned something new and you're excited to use this layout over and over again with those easy measurements. It's a great way to use your designer series paper, especially if you are a collector of it and you have a little bit more than you could possibly ever need. This is a great way to do it. And I'm loving this stamp set with these fun greetings. We wish you a Merry Christmas. I hope you guys have a great, great Christmas season, and happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.